2 Chronicles 20, verse 17. You shall not need to fight in this battle. Take your position, stand still, see the deliverance of the Lord, who is with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord is with you. Again, you shall not fight. You're not physically fighting in that battle. God has already defeated your enemy. What you're fighting when God says fight the good fight of faith, you're fighting not to give up and quit and grow weary. Because in every situation, when you're in a battle, it's always going to look worse than it really is. And it's always going to look like there's no way out of it. God is the way maker, and God is your way out. Verse 22. And when they began to sing and praise, remember the power of singing and praising. First, you're entering the courts with thanksgiving and praise. The power of praise stills or it destroys your enemy. I give myself as an example a lot. I have gone through a lot of hell on earth. And one of the things that God has had me do when I was going through those battles is praise in worship. Now, there are times where I didn't feel like it. There are some times where I gave in to the hopelessness and despair and didn't do it. And it's like God would just tap me on the shoulder. Come on, praise. Because as you praise, it stills or destroys your enemy. And so I've turned on worship music, and I didn't feel like it at first. And I started praising and worshiping, and it totally changed my attitude, and it totally changed the atmosphere of my home. Time and time again, I've had to do that. I've had to be my own cheerleader, pick myself up from falling down, getting discouraged, giving in to defeat. When I began to praise, I'm telling you, there's something about praising. It's so amazing. And then, of course, these situations where I decided to praise and thank God, I got out of. Worshiping destroys the enemy. So when they began to sing praises, the Lord set ambushes against the men of Moab, or Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, and who had come against Judah, and they were underline that, self-slaughtered. God's people did not have to fight physically in that battle. As they were praising and worshiping, God set up ambushes against the enemy, and the enemy destroyed themselves. So when you're praising and worshiping, remind yourself the enemies are destroying themselves because I'm standing praising, worshiping God, and God is fighting that battle for me. Don't give up. No matter how bad it seems. I have a lot of compassion for people who are going through a lot of darkness because I have gone through so much darkness in my life. And there's a lot of times I never thought in a million years I'd ever get out of it. Never. I could not see the way out until God showed me He was the way out. He's your way out. So start praising today. No matter how you feel, no matter what your circumstances are telling you, you praise and worship God and it destroys the power of the enemy. And remind yourself that God is fighting your battles. And if God's fighting your battles are already won because God has destroyed our enemy.